Hi everybody, it's Velvet. Today I thought maybe I would try and get rid of some scraps. And to give you an idea of how many scraps I have, that's the small, and these are the larger ones. Is this ridiculous? Although technically scraps end there because these are kind of like card fronts, I guess. But there's a lot of scraps. And I thought the way that I would do that is by taking some packaging and making them into collages and then cutting tags out of them. So yeah, so that's what I plan to do. And actually this could probably become a tag itself because it's already got the hole there. I thought it was worth a shot. It was worth trying anyway. So let's see what we've got here. We've got all sorts of things. Let's see. Let's pull out some fun stuff. That's some fun stuff. I always reach for the beige, tan, brown. All of the boring colors, which I don't find boring at all, but okay, what have we got? And then we need our trusty old glue stick. There we go. All right, so go. I might ink some of these edges because it could be a little too bright. Oh, the dog's having a fit. He's got we have to put him in a harness to take him out. Otherwise he'll slip out of everything. And when I leave it on him and he's throwing a fit because he's not getting enough attention, he grabs the harness part that goes under his chest and puts it in his mouth and starts whining. He's such a stinker. All right, what else do we have here? Hope I'm not getting too much of a glare here. I should get my book. My glue book. I love this glue book. It's one that I found at one of those online auctions where you have to bid for about 5 days and then go pick up if you win. I find that the books in those tend to be older. And in this particular auction that I won, there were a lot of Spanish, Latin, French. So I hope everyone is having a good day. It is Friday. And I took the day off just because had a lot of vacation to use this year because of COVID. They let us roll over up to 5 days last year, which they don't usually do. And I ended up rolling over, a week. And so I already get, Baxter, come on, man. I already get 4 weeks plus, I think, 5 personal days. And sick time. And a couple of floating holidays. So I'm trying desperately to use them up this year. It's not as easy as it sounds when you have that much time and there isn't anyone to do your job if you're off, you know. Yeah, that's great when a company gives you a lot of vacation, but if you can't use it because your job doesn't get done and you end up having to spend, you know, an extra 10 hours the week before taking time off just to make sure you're all set, then what's the point, right? But anyways, it is what it is, right? We're finding all kinds of goodies here. This was from a Hallmark book page. Let's go like this. So much stuff, so much stuff. I love the old Sears catalog pages, even when they're obviously not going to be the original pages, but I find that those reprints that they did, you know, years later are just as awesome. I mean, that just looks really cool, doesn't it? Let's see what else we got here. This could prove to be difficult. Let's see. So I have nothing on my agenda for the weekend, and I love it. I love it. Straightening up the house, I guess. Wow, that is a thick piece. Oh, it's because there's two pieces there. Yeah, that's why it's so thick. And so straighten up the house. I do want to do some coffee dyed papers. I got a couple more doilies in the mail. They came from AliExpress today, so I'm kind of excited to try those out. Some copy paper and maybe some tracing paper. I finally finished a mixed media canvas that I've been working on for a while now. I used, so it's just a 5x8 canvas, very thin. And I used black gesso on it as the base. And then I used a whole bunch of charms and some black flowers, some sequins. I might not get this off. What else? I used so many things. Some wire. And finally, I decided I was going to sit down and get it all put together. And so I did that. I guess I started it on Wednesday, and then last night I was finishing up the gluing down of everything, and I of course broke my glue gun because of course, but it wasn't so broken that, you know, I couldn't finish. It's just the handle, the trigger isn't triggering, so I have to kind of push the glue stick in by using a tool, and I made it work. So I finished it up last night, and then I just put some white splatters on it. And so I decided I'd put it on my Etsy today, which I did since I had the day off. And I put it on Facebook that I was doing that, and one of my very, very closest friends bought it within 10 minutes. I had planned to kind of do a video on it just to show what I had done, and I didn't get to that, and that's okay. I am glad that somebody liked it enough to want to buy it, even if she was a dear friend. I hope she didn't buy it just because she thought I needed her to. No, I don't think she would do that, at any rate. So yeah, that was kind of exciting, actually. I'm going to put this recipe here. I think I'll rip this side. And rip this side. Whoops. Might be time to retire that page. I love doing collages. I never knew I loved it. And I know I've said this on a video before, but it bears saying again. Just because you don't think you're going to like something doesn't mean you won't. And I am proof of that. Because I always thought, well, what's the purpose, you know? Why would you want a collage? And doesn't everything have to match and blah, blah, blah? No. And yeah, there is purpose. And the purpose is because it's fun. But also it looks kind of cool when you're making stuff out of it, you know? Part of a butterfly. This might not stick very well. I finally finished up all of my Christmas card kits. So I was really happy that I got those done. Oh, I think I'll use this red dotted side. So I put all of those up on Etsy. But I still have a bunch more Christmas paper that I want to make some cards out of. You know, ones that aren't necessarily identical to each other. Not identical, but. So I am going to work on a little bit more Christmas cards this weekend. And yeah, so I've got a couple of things that I want to do this weekend, but nothing that I have to accomplish. Although I will say this, when I had to send those 60 cards to the mail place in North Carolina, my card stash took quite a hit. I still have quite a bit, but not enough variety and not enough really good stuff for Etsy, in my opinion. So I may kind of work on my card stash a little bit this weekend as well. I don't know, it depends. Well, what else have we got here for collaging? Another piece of something. We can put this somewhere. How about we do this? Well, I'll figure it out. So yeah, like I said, I hope everybody is having a great week and or weekend, depending on when this video goes up. Just cut that off in the back. There we go. Yeah, I'll just need to chop that a little bit, but that's okay. What else do we have? What else do we have? Here's some interesting stuff. This is one of those old, somewhat fragile book pages that I love. I had cut circles out of this. I made some flowers. What else do we have? Oh gosh, I'm spilling everything everywhere. What's funny is that quite a bit of my leftovers, my scraps, look identical. I really got to try to get outside of the box, outside of my comfort zone, and use color. It doesn't all have to be vintage looking, does it? No. Where am I putting this? What if we do go like this? We'll go like this here. How about a little bit up here? We'll just, like I said, cut that off the end. Or whatever. We'll figure it out. Let's see if we can shuffle through some of this stuff. I like that. There we go. Here's another Sears thing. Now probably everything that I just put on this book page is sticking to it because I don't really think ahead. There's that. Uh-oh. That didn't want to stay. Probably because my fingers are so sticky now. Just a couple little bits still necessary. Oh yes, everything's sticking. Let's do something about that. So I am home with the doggies, as I have been all day, because my husband has gone to see the new Halloween movie. He is a big fan of the old horror genre movies. I am not so much. Just the ones that are gory just for the sake of being gory is, to me, just dumb. And then the other ones that are scary of the old stuff just come across to me as cheesy now. There are some old films that I really love, some old scary ones. Really, really, really love The Omen. Yeah, that was a phenomenal movie. Still scares me to this day. Don't know why, but it's just, you know, it's creepy. It's just really creepy. And it's not even that it's realistic. It's just, well, they did a nice job with it. Let's put it that way. So I love that one. I like The Shining. I remember I was 14 when I went to see, excuse me, I went to see Poltergeist with one of my mom's friends. She wanted to go and I wanted to see it, so my mom let me go, even though I was only 14. Only 14. I mean, I was old enough to go see the movie, but it terrified me so much that I had to leave the movie. And what it was the swimming pool scene. I made it to the swimming pool scene, and then I just flipped out. Flipped out. Yep, I did. All right. I think we're all covered now. Oh, that little piece right there. What can we put there? There we go. So, now I'll tell you what, I love scary movies now. Like Insidious and movies like that. There we go, that might stick now. So yeah, I do like that kind of movie now because I just feel like they're being made so well nowadays. Not that they're believable or anything like that, but just, I don't know. I guess I love jump scares, which I don't think, but maybe. Alright, we're going to call that one done, and I'm just going to grab another tag base and get going with it. Alright, so we'll need this open again. What can we put on here? Let's put... It's got a weird look to it, doesn't it? Is it my imagination, or does it have kind of a green look? This is vintage photo. I don't really use green, and I certainly wouldn't have used it on this. Whatever. So we will just get these on, and then we will call it a day for the video. Where can we put this? Let's put it right up here. There we go. I should really show you some of the old books I picked up. I did some shopping on thriftbooks.com. I absolutely love that store. They have good prices. They're not always the best priced, for sure. But they have really good prices. And when you buy, after you buy a certain dollar amount or a certain number of books, you get one free, up to like $5 or something. And it seems like I'm always getting freebies. Well, that would be a very long piece, but I'm okay with that. No, I'm going to do it in half like that. There we go. So yeah, I did some shopping on Thrift Books because I did have a free book coming. And you get free shipping if you spend, gosh, I want to say it's only $10. And when you're looking for the types of books that, you know, we look for to go in junk journals and for collaging and mixed media and such, you can get to your limit very easily. There we go. So yeah, I found some things that I was really happy with. And they all came last week, I think. I was busy doing, trying to get my Christmas cards done to get them up on Etsy, and so I didn't really have a chance to do a haul video. I like doing haul videos. Let's go like this. What else do we have? What's on this page? It's just writing. Let's put some writing here. I'd love to hear if you also like collaging and what you use your collages for, if you use tags or anything. So I'm always looking for new uses for things. So I would love to hear your thoughts for anyone watching this. I like doing kind of collage masterboards. I wouldn't really call what I do a masterboard. I generally just take a piece of coffee dyed paper and just start plastering stuff all over it. So that's kind of what I do. And then I do that reverse tag thing, so you flip it over and you just cut the tags that way without knowing what's on the other side. And I love that. I have made some of my favorite tags that way. Obviously that will need to come off. Um, but yeah, I just find it fun doing that. Very relaxing, right? It's so quiet. I guess Baxter decided to calm down. Oops, I think that's upside down. Oh well. I'm not one to fuss over everything anymore. I used to be so OCD and so type A. And when I started scrapbooking like 15 years ago, I decided I wasn't going to be type A anymore. And that's all there is to it. And so I am still a little bit, just a little though. I am perfectly fine with mismatched stuff these days, which is very strange for me. I like how this is turning out. Let's see if we got this fun. I love homemade paper. Which reminds me, I think I want to try making my own paper. I've been watching a bunch of videos. But also, I love that eco dyeing that was popular like 3 years ago. But I didn't start doing any of this junk journaling or anything 3 years ago. So I will have to do it now. But I want to give that a shot because where I live, it's rural. It's a hard word for me. Rural. And we have a hedgerow behind us, so I can get all kinds of leaves and stuff. And granted, we're going into fall and winter, so there won't be as much, but I feel like that could be, that could be pretty cool. I discovered the other day that this really cool looking plant that I noticed a couple of years ago in our hedgerow, it's kind of like a purpley red stalk, really thick stalk, and then it's got berries on the end. Turns out that is very poisonous, and also it also is kind of what's the word? It travels. Like if those berries fall, you'll see another plant grow. So I think this weekend I need to go out and try and, at the very least, chop it down. I usually, when I have to take Bax out to pee, he likes to walk in the back, and I would hate for him to think, oh, this looks good. Let me just eat it. I guess some animals do eat it, and they're fine, but it just scares me. I don't want to take any chances with my kids. So, what have you been working on? I'd love to hear. Is everyone doing holiday cards? It's funny because I don't send holiday cards, but I make them. Isn't that ridiculous? Have you ever heard anything so stupid? Yeah, it's really kind of ridiculous that I don't send holiday cards. I might this year. I mean, we send them to my mother-in-law, and of course I always gave to my mom when she was here. But I don't know why. Just can't. And I did used to sell, or I used to send cards all the time. I was like fanatical about it and keeping track of who sent back and blah, 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 blah. And I guess once I started making cards, I just didn't want to be bothered sending them, which is just so lame. So lame. This is a weird shaped one. Not much left to do on this. I am trying to find some different stuff though. Like I said, I'm coming up empty because I don't use different stuff. What else do we have? What else do we have? I've got some nice sheets of stuff underneath, but it's not. Oh, here's something cool. I'm not sure what happened here, but. Oh, I had, when I was first teaching myself how to coffee dye, I had stacked some pages and I left them stacked together too long and they stuck to each other. So I think this is kind of a remnant of something like that. So I'm going to use it. Because I love that grungy, messy look. It makes me happy. Little spot down here. My hands are so sticky. So back when I was a little bit more OCD, I hated getting my hands dirty. And truthfully, I still do. This is driving me crazy right now. But I was obsessive about washing my hands. And I think scrapbooking almost cured me of that. Because there is no such thing as clean hands when you're scrapbooking, right? Oh, here's some fun stuff. How about... Let's try this. See what happens. Will that fit? Sure. Sure, sure. So I'm trying to go fast because I learned that I'm recording these on my phone, and my phone will record up to 26 minutes and then it stops and starts over with a new video. So if I go over 26 minutes, that means that I have to splice the two together, which isn't a huge big deal. I just don't like having to do more work than what is absolutely necessary. How lazy am I? I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna cut off the back. So I think we're done with that one. So here's what we did. Fun stuff, huh? Fun. There's this one. I hope it's focused. And then there's this one. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you had fun. And it'd be nice to hear from you and what you're doing these days in your craft area. So leave me a note. And thank you so much for your likes and your subscriptions and just tuning in. I do appreciate it very much. Have a great weekend. Bye now.